This is great. As far as energy is concerned, it's been pretty close for the whole of the race, and it still is. Look at it. I've never seen it this close for a whole E-Prix. Giovinazzi's doing something a bit different. But Evans to the inside. Evans attacks into turn 7 and takes the lead in the Jakarta E-Prix.
Where did that come from?
Good job, mate. Good job.
I don't think Verne saw that coming either. And can Verne now fight back? The crowd are on their feet.
I'm glad it wasn't just us, Jack. That came from nowhere. Mitch Evans in the Jaguar. Was there a mistake by Jean-Eric Verne in the corner before? Let's see, has he got the speed to fight back?
Evans getting a huge round of applause as he comes around the stadium section at turn 16, because he is now leading in Jakarta and trying to get his championship challenge properly back on track. It would be his 3rd win of the season. The first driver to achieve that. We've got 6 minutes plus a lap to go, and there's half a second between Evans and Verne. Can the DS Techeetah of Jean-Eric Verne, the 2-time champion, do anything to respond? If it finishes like this, Van Dorn holds the championship lead, and Verne is up into 2nd place. And this was how Mitch Evans did it. Sent it to the inside and got it done on the brakes, and nothing Verne could do.
So impressive, because it is so dirty offline. And look how bumpy it is too. Yeah, as you say, Jack, got it stopped, got the car rotated. Fantastic stuff.
Evans leading the way now. Jean-Eric Verne down to 2nd place. Jean-Eric Verne has slightly less usable energy as well than Mitch Evans too. So things are looking pretty good for the Jaguar driver out in front now. 5 minutes plus a lap to go.
The bad news for Verne is Mortara is coming along too in the Rocket Venturi. He's just closing the gap to the car in front. You see the 3rd car in view.
Onto the brakes into the first corner. Less than 5 minutes plus a lap to go. We will get the added time in a couple of moments too, so there will be a little longer because we have that safety car at the start. But here comes Evans, then comes Verne, then comes Mortara, then comes Da Costa and Van Dorn right together. Van Dorn in 5th position in the Mercedes EQ, trying to put pressure on Antonio Felix Da Costa. Didn't look that strong in the early phases of this race, Stoffel Van Dorn, but he's coming back on strong now. Down into turn 7 we go. With 4 minutes plus a lap to go, we're on board with Stoffel Van Dorn in driver's eye, running in 5th place, trying to get ahead of Antonio Felix Da Costa.
And this camera right next to the driver's left eye, fantastic view. This is exactly what the driver sees. You can see the driver can't actually see the nose of the car, how far it extends, so when they hit the car in front, it's a good excuse. You see him grabbing some oversteer, controlling the slide from the back of the car as he comes through turn 17 into the final corner. He looks strong at this point. I think Stoffel Van Dorn can line up Antonio Felix Da Costa. He uses the fan boost.
Van Dorn on the attack for 4th position. Da Costa covers the inside. Van Dorn to the outside. Nothing he can do even with the fan boost. Can't get the cutback either. And Da Costa holds the place for the time being. We saw there that there'll be a minute and a half of added time. So when this 3 minutes and 20 gets to 0, it'll then go back up to a minute 30, and then there'll be a minute 30 plus 1 lap remaining. Van Dorn not able to get ahead of Da Costa in the fight for 4th position. Evans, Verne, Mortara for the lead, and then Da Costa, Van Dorn for 4th place. Jake Dennis still running in 6th position. Evans and Verne still have an attack mode to go.
Jeff might use fan boost on the main straight.
As Evans being told that Verne might use fan boost on the main straight, which they're coming up to in a few moments' time. A couple of corners. And on the run down towards turn 1, is Jean-Eric Verne going to be close enough? Doesn't look like it, to be perfectly honest, but 2.5 minutes plus a lap to go. He's running out of time to try and use it. Verne does. Verne is on fan boost. He's not close enough.
No, absolutely not, Jack. And you've got to have a big advantage to be able to pass on the brakes into one. You can get them on the straight line speed down the straight, but into turn 1 it's a tough one. But Verne right there, the slightest mistake from Mitch Evans in the Jaguar leading the race, and Jean-Eric Verne will pounds.
We have seen those errors before. Evans running really well in New York at the end of the last year before tapping the wall. But it's Verne who makes the error. Big lock-up on the left front. How much ground has he lost? None. He's right there. We're on board with the Frenchman. If it finishes like this, he moves into second in the championship. If he wins the race, he moves into the lead of the championship. But Eduardo Mortara in the Rocket Venturi has caught them as well. The second place man in the standings has joined this fight.
Three-way battle for the lead. Who blinks first?
Between three of the top four in the championship. Barrels at the start straight again. 1:20 plus a lap to go. Plus the added time. You just wonder, is Verne biding his time? The energy still all the same. Have a look and see which one dips down to 8% first, and that will give you an idea of who has a tiny bit less. And, well, Evans and Verne ticked over.
They're
almost
identically. That's incredible. They're all on exactly the same energy level.
5-second time penalty for Andre Lotterer. Of course, a collision with Nick De Vries. That'll be why De Vries ended up with a puncture and in the pits for a new tyre.
Again, these guys carry the maximum amount of speed. You want to save energy, carry as much speed as you can when you're off throttle, and it's easy to make a mistake in those situations. Jean-Eric Verne absolutely stalking Mitch Evans in the lead.
16, you can see the dark clouds coming as one of Jakarta's traditional storms appears to be on the way, a little too late to affect the race. On what is turning into a beautiful evening and a very entertaining first ever Jakarta E-Prix. Across the line we come then, and the added time is about to get added on now. And so the added time of 1:30 plus 1 lap to go. Mortara's being told he's got more energy than the drivers in front. And that could give him a chance to gain 1 place.
That's what you want to hear as a driver. It just gives you that impetus, just keep attacking. And you know the two ahead of you are in trouble.
We're going to have 2 to go at the end of this one. So 2.5 laps remaining by my calculations. So they're going to be a bit tight on energy here.
And you saw Verne go down to 5% and back up to 6 as he put some energy back into the battery. Watch them again into 13. See if it goes back up to 6%. This is going to be tight, Jack. The only other way they can do it is by slowing down over this lap to shorten the race distance, but I don't think so. I wouldn't be doing it with Jean-Eric Verne right behind me in my gearbox.
Verne is on the charge now. Coming into turn 18, the right-hander, and this will be the start of the penultimate lap of the race. This is going to be really tight. Verne has a little bit less energy, and Verne's going for the lead here. Down towards turn 1, Evans covers the inside.
But now he's got dirt on his tyres, Jack. Can't overdo it through turn 1. Look how
Gets
slow
out of
he is.
shape. Evans got out of shape. Verne is all over the back of him. Bump.
Evans is just out of position ever so slightly at every corner.
But he got a little bit of a good run coming through 4. This is the view back from Evans.
I'm struggling with the race.
Evans under
2
big
laps, 2
attack.
laps, mate.
2 laps to go. Evans saying, I'm struggling with the rear tyres.
Watching about 3 corners time. Let's see if Jean-Eric Verne sends one down the inside into turn 13. Coming up.
1 lap to go at the end of this one.
Yeah, here comes Verne. No, nothing doing.
And Mortara is right in the fight as well. This is going to be so tight on the final lap of the Jakarta E-Prix. We've got 3 for the win.
You see the wide line from Evans trying to keep the momentum up through these long sweeping corners.
Mortara has more energy than the pair of them. Bit of a twitch from Jean-Eric Verne. Look how close Mortara is now. Final lap of the race coming up. And we've got 3 for the win in the Jakarta E-Prix.
Okay, last lap, we have Morsok and Joseph.
Mortara to the outside into turn 1. Evans is just doing enough. Verne's in big energy trouble here. He's got 1%. Evans and Mortara have 2%. Verne is going to struggle to finish second here. Surely. They're coming down into the left-hander of 7. They're both, Evans and Verne, covering the inside defensively. Can Mortara find a way through? There's only really 2 more overtaking opportunities, and the first one is coming up into turn 13.
Through 12, this is the run up to 13 now. No, he lifts really early, Mitch Evans. Verne defending like crazy. So Evans put energy back into the battery, back up to 1%.
It's a long run to the line as well, so they may have to lift off here, Jean-Eric Verne, earlier than Mortara. Mortara tries to get through. Verne's out of shape. Evans is surely going to hold on. I think Verne is going to run out of energy here. He covers the inside again. It's going to be right together for second place. But Mitch Evans in the Jaguar has driven a superb race, and Mitch Evans wins in Jakarta.
Come on, come on, come on! Yeah!
Verne holds on to second place at the line by 0.2 of a second. That's what it means to the Jaguar team and James Barkley. And Mitch Evans takes his 3rd win of the season.
Let's have a chat to Mitch Evans.
Nice work, guys. Nice work. You gave me the car that we needed. Thank you. Let's go to guys. Thank you.
Mitch, it's Dario on TV. Congratulations. That was an incredible drive.
Thanks, mate. I'm hot. I'm seriously one of the moment. Just want to say huge credit to the guys here on the team, just because we had a tough last race, but they gave me the goods this weekend. It was really tough at the end. My tires have gone up a lot, so to keep behind was tricky, but we got there in the end. So this feels really, really good. So cheers, man.
Well done.
Mitch Evans taking the victory, and he's a little bit warm in there. He's up.
Shopee COD.
Bayar langsung di tempat.
Shopee COD. Pasti dapat gratis ongkir. Pakai Shopee COD.
Hei, dari mana kamu?
Dari rapat OSIS, Bu.
Bohong, kamu habis makan cumi kan? Pakai saus panas kan?
Makanya guys, habis makan kiss dulu dong. Kiss, aroma wangi, habis makan.
AHM Oil kemasan baru. Diformulasikan oleh ahlinya, jaga performa motor Honda tetap maksimal, mesin tahan lama, tahan temperatur tinggi, dan irit bahan bakar. AHM Oil, perlindungan asli dari yang ahli.
Finally bisa hangat lagi, tapi
butuh lipstick baru nih Kak.
lasernya biar kece Kak. Akhirnya bisa cekot isi hati itu.
Cekot aja semua isi hatimu di Lazada 66 Sale.
Sebuah perjalanan yang menentukan perubahan. Setiap langkah menentukan arah. Tujuan. Ini yang membuat kita tumbuh, bergerak, bersukacita, dan bertransformasi untuk menjadi lebih baik. Inilah tanda mata terbaik untuk negeri.
Tubuh tidak fit, tenggorokanku kering, atau panas di dalam. Adem Sari, vitamin C tinggi, jus, dan herbal. Ademkan panas di dalam. Adem Sari, cepat ademnya.
Dapetin bonus dadakan di Lazada 66 Sale gampang banget. Bonus mulai 8.000 tiap belanja 80.000 dan kelipatannya. Makin murah lagi karena bisa tambah voucher lainnya. Kumpulin mulai 4 Juni, pakai 6 sampai 8 Juni.
AHM Oil kemasan baru. Diformulasikan oleh ahlinya, jaga performa motor Honda tetap maksimal, mesin tahan lama, tahan temperatur tinggi, dan irit bahan bakar. AHM Oil, perlindungan asli dari yang ahli.
Ayo ya, 15 menit lagi akadnya mulai. Sudah di ujung nggak bisa keluar. Pakai Microlax ya. Microlax bekerja dalam 5-15 menit, atasi sembeli tanpa melilit. Ternyata Microlax nyaman masuknya, lancar keluarnya. Microlax nyaman masuknya, lancar keluarnya.
Orang-orang hanya tahu satu sisi diriku saja. Sisi yang ada di depan kamera. Tetapi